Hey y'all. Over here at Dad's, it's a little neighborly. You got Ben over here weed eating next door, and these neighbors they had friends come over to mow for them because that fella has been in the hospital, and so kind of noisy right now, but I think they're loading up. We'll see. If not, he may be going to the backyard, which will keep it kind of quiet, but still. And I think that's the thing that I kind of what I want to mention a little bit is, one of the things about ascending, and when I say ascending, the dog got out. Something else I want to tell you guys, Oklahoma women in general are pretty vocal. The ones that have any kind of good cut are pretty vocal. And but especially in small towns like Stroud. Kitty, is that you? I haven't seen Kitty in a few days. Kitty, is that you? Is that my kitty? Kitty. I guess Kitty's hunting. Anyway, point of it being that as you ascend, one of the things that happens to you is a righteousness. And because the only reason you ascend is because you believe God. You believe that that there's a whole lot you're not in control of. And those of us that realize we're not in control are the ones that seem to reap things that are bigger than our dreams. Hell, Kitty. What's my kitty doing? Huh? What's my kitty doing? You want me to start feeding you? They're not feeding you enough where you're at, or you're way in the sun too much. Looky there, you got a sticker in you. Kitty. I don't even like cats, but I like you. Anyhow, my point being that, once you make that ascension, that you've come to the knowledge that there's a power greater than yourself that restores you to sanity. And that sanity to me was realizing that hummingbird's here. Look here, we got everybody coming around. That sanity was realizing that it's not me in charge. It's me cooperating. See, a lot of people, that damn word submit, you might as well say enslave. To some people use the word submit, you might as well say enslave. What, Kitty? What? So good to see you, Kitty. For me, that was probably one of the most difficult turns of tides for me. And it turned a tide. It made it to where instead of me fighting the waves coming in, it allowed me to turn around and ride them to happy destiny, which is about where I'm headed all the time anyhow. happy destiny. And, you know, somebody told me today that I was unapologetic about my faith, and I am. I have nothing to apologize for in my faith. Sorry about that. Those mosquitoes are liking my CO2. They like my CO2. Holy smokes. They're not nearly as bad out there at the Baker's Acres, but they are here in town. So those of us that have sinned, there's a sense of justice that we have for things. But the thing about us in that sense of justice is that we must ask God for that justice, you know, and of course call our lawyer if we need to. If we need to. But God gives us justice. God gives us good legal representation. God gives us doctors to diagnose us. See, the healing's out there. The battle is over. You know, we have advisors. I don't know, I'm not going to try to put some sort of earthly connotation on the ways of God to try and help you understand it. All I'm going to ever ask you to do is believe. Believe God. I'll tell you how I did it. I'll tell you how it works for me. I'll tell you all those things, but that relationship with God that you acquire, that you begin and then grow, that relationship is yours. You don't need some preacher telling you how to do it. You don't need some holy roller telling you how to do it. You don't need some false prophet telling you how to do it. I tell you how it worked for me. And I don't give a dadgum who you are. It always starts with a sober mind. If you don't have a sober mind, then it doesn't start. You can talk about, drinking all kinds of, stuff from the Amazon or eating peyote or whatever the hell you want to talk about. But in mushrooms, you can talk about all that. Hallucinogenics, you can talk about all that. But if you weren't born with it, I promise you, it impedes your ability to talk to the Creator. That I'm for sure of. Any of those things, alcohol, drugs, any of those things. And I've talked to many people who have had what they call spiritual experiences on that crap. Shoot, man, I know a lot of people that have spiritual experiences when they're smoking pot and listening to me or talking to me. But it only gets them so far, and then there's that place they can't get to, until they're not smoking it. I've had too many experiences to not be able to tell you about that. So if you think that stuff gets you closer to God, I believe it gets you closer to Jesus. You're getting closer to losing your freaking mind. Then only Jesus can help you. So, I reckon that may be your lot. If it is, it is. I'm surrounded with green and animals, and that's one of the things I like about being out at the acres is, man, it's so full of deer. I've had to kill a couple coyotes out there because they come so close to me, and I need them not to. I'll have too much stuff out there for them to come around, so I've had to do that. But it's one of the things about maintaining, the garden where I'm at. Haven't been there since this happened. Anyhow, good day.